Hello everyone! At this moment, we will be discussing Lesson 3. So, hindi natin maubos yung mga subtopics ng Lesson 3. And so, in this particular video recording, I will just focus on the concept of moles, molar mass, and how do we calculate for mole. So, basically, yung Lesson 3 natin talks about the solutions and their concentrations. And yung mga subtopics naman that are under Lesson 3 are the following. We have millimoles, moles, molarity, molality, percent composition, and then the parts per million and the parts per billion. So, yung unang i-discuss natin will be all about moles. So, let me ask you guys, what is a mole? Now, I know that you have prior knowledge on this based on your chemistry courses before. And I think most of you would associate mole as molecule. And yes, we can consider mole as a molecule, but that does not only encompass its definition. So, hindi ibig sabihin na kapag ang mole, kasi nga, hindi siya yung abbreviation ng molecule. Mole is a molecule, but that does not only mean na yun lang yung sole definition ng mole natin, na molecule lang siya. Now, mole naman is hindi siya nonal. Okay, so dili siya alam na makita nato sa parts sa atong lawas. And mole is not also a mole of Asia. Alright. Okay. So here. Once I told the chemistry joke and there was no reaction. Kasi nga, this is an online discussion. So I couldn't see whether you'll react to my joke or not. Alright, let's move on now to our discussion. So yung mole class, it is abbreviated as MOL. Okay? So if you see this in our sample problems later on, when you see MOL, that pertains to mole. And so, ano nga ba yung mole, ma'am? Okay. So, yung mole class is a unit to measure the amount of substance. Diba, we have the international standard unit, right? Like, for example, in the case of time, the unit that are commonly used and are widely adopted by the scientists is Kelvin. And then for mass, it's kilogram. For luminous intensity, it's candela. And then for electric current, it's ampere. Now, mole class, according to the definition of many trusted and credible websites and even books, they would say that mole is a unit to measure the amount of substance. Okay? So yung substance class, it pertains to matter that has a specific composition and properties. So yung carbon dioxide, yung oxygen, yung mga calcium bicarbonate, these are example of substance. Because substance can exist as either pure element or pure compound. So in order to measure the amount of the substance, we use mole. Now, 1 mole of any substance is equal to 6.02 times 10 raised to the power of 23 particles. And I know that you're familiar with this because this is the Avogadro's number. So yung mole class, this can either exist as an atom, as a molecule, as an ions, electrons, elements, and compounds. So the compounds that we're familiar of, yung mga element natin, they have a mole. Kasi nga, they are a matter. They have mass and they occupy space and has mass. Okay? So for example, we have here carbon. Carbon, di ba yung mga carbon gas, they are present among living things. So here, since we are just dealing with this one element of carbon, one atom of carbon, so we can see here that we can say here that we have 1 mole of carbon, and since this carbon uses this mole unit, then it also has this 6.02 times 10 raised to the power of 23 atoms. So this is the Avogadro's number. So for every mole, like 1 mole of any substance, can either be element or compound, it contains the Avogadro's number. Now, so let's look at the real application for mole. So say for example, we have here carbon dioxide. Now I know that you're very familiar of this carbon dioxide because this is the gas that we usually emit during the process of respiration. And this is also the gas that is being absorbed by plants to carry out photosynthesis. Now, carbon dioxide here, class, as we can see, is a compound. Yeah, compound siya basically because it is made up of 2 elements, specifically the carbon and the oxygen. Now, as a whole, we can say that we have here a mole of carbon dioxide. So that's a mole, that's 1 mole of carbon dioxide. Now, if this carbon dioxide disintegrates into its individual constituent element, we can also say that we have here 1 mole of carbon atom and 2 mole of oxygen atoms. So how is this possible? Now, if we are just looking at a larger substance, like in this case, a compound, we can consider this one as a molecule. But since this compound is made up of 2 elements, in particular, carbon, which is, as you can see here, only have 1 atom, which is why nasabi natin na out from this compound or out from this chemical formula, we have here 1 mole of carbon atom. Okay, siya naman isa. Now, we can also say here that we have 2 mole of oxygen atoms because in the chemical formula, we have 2 oxygen atoms. So we have here 2 mole of oxygen atoms. So yung mole kasi, hindi lang siya intended solely for mga compounds, for mga atoms, for mga elements, because depending on the case kasi na i-consider natin, we can look at the mole of a whole compound, and we can also look at the mole of the elements that makes up that particular compound. Now, a very important concept that relates to mole is the molar mass. So we can determine the number of moles in a particular compound or element by considering its molar mass. And so what do we mean by molar mass, ma'am? Now, molar mass, class, is the mass in grams of 1 mole of a substance. So in other words, this is like 1 mole of a substance. It is the mass in grams of 1 mole of a substance. Timbang ni siya, class, ba per mole of a substance. So we have here the unit for molar mass. We have grams per mole. So if makakita mo ani later on sa atong mga sample problems, grams per mole, this just pertains to molar mass. So here we have the element carbon. Now, if you get your periodic table and go over to these carbon, you can see there that the atomic weight for carbon is 12.0116. Now, I know that we have different numbers or different values for the atomic weight for each elements class kasi nga magkakaiba tayo ng mga ginagamit na periodic table. But this difference is just minute, like mga minute lang na mga numbers. And so yung atomic weight natin class, specifically for elements, the atomic weight that you can see here is also the molar mass of the element. Diba sa carbon ang ato nailhan, kung pangutanong taon siya, unsang iyang atomic weight is 12 point something. Now that 12 point so on and so forth, that also pertains to its molar mass, which is why we write here grams per mole. Now in the case naman of hydrogen, so as you can see there, hydrogen has an atomic weight of 1.00811 grams per mole. That's atomic weight, which is also its molar mass. Kaya naglagay tayo ng grams per mole. So yung atomic weight ng ating mga elements, that also equates to its molar mass. For oxygen naman, so the molar mass of oxygen is 15.9977, 15.99977, and this is its atomic weight or atomic mass niya, and it also means ito rin yung molar mass. And then for nitrogen, we have 14.00728. So this is the CHON, the very important element for living things. Okay? So I hope you get the idea of molar mass. So molar mass, this is just the mass in grams of 1 mole of a substance. And the unit for molar mass is grams per mole. Now, whenever you are asked or you are directed to get the molar mass of a particular compound or element, please don't forget the unit, no, at the end of the value. Dapat na agad na siya label na grams per mole so that it would mean nga molar mass yun na siya. So now, how do we calculate the molar mass? Okay, diba? Each element has its own molar mass. And these elements, they combine together to form compounds. So how do we determine the molar mass of these compounds now? Like say for example, we have here the compound C6H12O6. This is glucose. And we also have here calcium phosphate. Here, this one. So how do we calculate the molar mass of these compounds? And so one thing, class, that you should remember in calculating your molar masses is that we just need to add, or we just need to sum all of the atomic masses for all the elements that are present in a compound. Or isum na to, i-add na to ta ng mga atomic mass of all the atoms appearing in a chemical formula. So this is how we do, or this is how we calculate the molar mass. So kini siya class na dito na lang ko sa answer because I don't have a writing pad yet. So paminaw lang gid mo gyud sa nako. I-walk through lang ta mo gyud sa nako pag-calculate ang molar mass. Now as you can see here, the glucose has 3 elements, right? We have carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Now for carbon, there are 6 atoms that is present in this compound. So we write here 6. And then for hydrogen, there are 12. 12 atoms present in this chemical formula. And then for oxygen, we have here 6 gapon, 6 na atoms. So after na plaster na nato siya, we multiply the number of atoms of this element and then we multiply it with its molar mass. So for carbon, the molar mass for carbon is 12.0116. So we just multiply 6. So there 6 kay na may 6 kabuk atoms. So we have here 6 times 12.0116. That's equal to 72.0696 grams per mole. And then for hydrogen, since there are 12 atoms of hydrogen and the molar mass for hydrogen is 1.0811, so we'll just multiply and then this is the value that we get. For oxygen naman, there are 6 atoms of oxygen in this formula, and so we multiply this number of atoms by the molar mass of oxygen, which is 15.9977, and this is equal to, and this gives us a value of 95.99862 grams per mole. And then you total everything. You just add all the values there. So based on this, the molar mass for glucose is 180.16554. Now you may have concerns on this later on kay managlahi man ang mga molar mass nga naa sa inyong element. Like some of you, naiuban tag 5 lang or tag 4 ka significant figure. And so, for that case, dili ra kay ko strict for in the calculation of molar mass as long as ang first few numbers nga naa diri sa mga leading numbers magkapareho mo. Balag magkalahi na mo diri sa tumoy. Kay diha ra man jud na magbikil ka sa mga point nga mga gamay nga number. Pero dapat ang mga primary numbers kat mga leading numbers gyud is dapat almost the same. Okay? So that's how we calculate the molar mass. Now say for example, we have here this chemical formula nga na ay mga parentheses, parentheses. We have here the calcium phosphate. So the same process pa rin, we write down the elements can be found in the compound or in this formula. So we write here calcium, phosphorus, and oxygen. Then after that, we determine how many atoms of that particular element are there in the compound or in this chemical formula. So in the case of calcium, we have here 3 atoms, so we write it here 3. And then for phosphorus, what's the number of atom? So, dili lang siya 1. Dili lang 1 kasi kaya na may 2 there sa kilid, naka-parenthesis pa yun na siya. It only means nga 2 times 1. So, the answer here is 2. So, there are 2 atoms of phosphorus. And for oxygen, oxygen doesn't only have 4 atoms because it is enclosed by parentheses and naa siya i-multiply siya dapat by 2, and so the answer here should be 8. So in this chemical formula, we have 8 atoms of oxygen. So the same process with what we did here in the glucose, we just multiply the number of atoms by the number of molar mass or by the molar mass of that particular element. Like we have here in this case, calcium. So there are 3 atoms of calcium multiplied by its molar mass, which is 40.078. So kini siya nga value, we get this one sa ato periodic table. And then you arrive at an answer for this one, molar mass for this particular element. Then the same process, no? Nga ang mga numbers sa atom i-multiply nato sa molar mass ana nga particular nga element. So for calcium phosphate, the molar mass or its molar mass is 310.794 grams per mole. So please don't forget the label. So that's how we calculate the value of our molar mass. So we have here, class, practice problems, and what I'd like you to do is that I want you to solve these following. So I want you to calculate the molar mass of the following substance. Like, practice, no? Practice mo sa pag-calculate sa molar mass. Since this is an online discussion, or yeah, asynchronous man siya, so you just practice. How do we, or what molar mass can you get, or can you calculate for silicon dioxide, for sodium hydroxide, and for aspartame. Oh, you try. Dili na lang ko mag-dwell, ani, kasi it's not real time. So, kamo na lang, pag-try na lang mo og practice sa pag-solve sa molar mass. And then, I have here few examples of mga compounds nga pwede ninyo magamit during sa inyong practice. Okay, it's very essential for you, class, to know how to solve the molar mass of a particular compound, because this will be very useful in the later topics like molarity, mga molality. Kaya gamit yun kayo, class, na makabaluta, makalculate og molar mass. And this is just a prerequisite skill set na dapat mahibalaan nato. Okay, so no sweat, no? No sweat kayo ang molar mass or calculating the molar mass. Alright, so this ends our discussion for moles and for calculating molar mass. And the next discussion, I'll be presenting you the concept of calculating moles and millimoles. Thank you so much, everyone, and take care always.